wonder what it takes to navigate the thrilling turbulence of motherhood and entrepreneurship. Well, I know a woman who has not only embraced chaos, but she has transformed it into success. Her life journey has never been easy. She has seen a lot of highs, lows, and faced unique challenges, both in professional and personal life. But here is a kicker. Amidst the chaos of global pandemic, postpartum depression and miscarriage, she has not only persevered, but she has thrived. Ek Soch, one idea that changed her life completely. Let's meet Shreya Gautam. So today we are honored to have a remarkable individual along with us, someone who has gracefully inspired from being a cabin crew to being a successful entrepreneur. So please welcome Shreya Gautam. Hi Shreya, it's an honor to welcome you on my show Ek Soch, one idea that changed your life.
It's a complete pleasure to be here. I'm so glad that we're sitting down to have this conversation. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for accepting my invitation and being there today. Shreya, as we are starting off with our show, can you just give us some light on your transformative moment of Ek Soch, one idea that changed your life completely?
Well, I would say I'll tell you the idea professionally and personally. I think personally, the idea that has really defined my life journey till now has been the idea of having my kids at a younger age. I was 23 when I became a mother, and I feel like today my daughters are 12 and 6.5. And I feel that was a brilliant decision because not only did I grow with them, but also today they are at a level where they are partially independent. So that gives me a lot of freedom, to explore what I want to. Like today I'm sitting over here. I just traveled to Jaipur and I'm traveling again tomorrow. So that freedom comes in. I'm 35 today, and at the age of 35 my kids are partially independent, so that was a decision that I feel transformed my life. Professionally, I think the idea of starting to share my experiences with an outside world, with someone who doesn't know me at all, is something that I think has transformed my career. Because up until 7 years back, I don't think anyone would have thought about, talking to millions of people online. And that one idea truly, truly defined where I am.
You said you're a mother of two,
Yes,
right? So
I
how
am.
do you manage your professional and your personal life and give equal amount of time to maintain that balance with your child and being a mother?
Well, Nirali, I am a firm believer of the fact that I cannot do it all.
Yeah.
I think it's a myth. People say that women can do it all, but I think that we shouldn't have to do it all. So I rely very heavily on my support system. I rely very heavily on my team. Like I said, there are things that I know that if I take up, I can do. But why should I? If I have the resources, I want to exploit those resources to get a smoother journey. So that's what I believe in. And when it comes to balancing, I think we try very hard to give equal amount of attention and equal amount of balance to everything. But I just feel, sometimes there is one particular aspect of your life that might need a little more attention than the other. So that equality doesn't always come in. There's
Correct.
always going to be something that's going to need more attention. Like last 3 months, my work needed my absolute attention. So obviously my house and my kids took a little back seat for some time. But last 1 month, I have been about my kids and my family completely. So work is happening, but yes, it's taken a little backseat so my kids can,
Correct.
come to the forefront. So that's how I usually manage, and touch wood, it's been going fine till now. I hope it goes well
So
further
being
as
a
well.
mother, I would also say that mother journey is not as easy as people
Not
think
at all.
so. And of course, even I've read in your profile as well that you have been through postpartum depression.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so would you like to throw some lights on that?
So like I said, I was 23 when I gave birth, and there were a lot of emotions that I was going through, and I didn't know how to decipher them. I had absolutely no idea that something like postpartum depression exists. And of course, my gynecologist at that time brought up this word, but I didn't really pay attention. हाँ, मुझे कैसे हो सकता है? नहीं, नहीं, नहीं. This is all, in the head. That's how I'm gonna accept that I was one of those. And because I ignored it, it transformed into full blown depression. So by the time my daughter was 1 year old, I was in depression completely. So that is when my mother stepped in and she said, you need to do something about this. And that's when I went and I saw a psychologist. I actually started with seeing a psychiatrist who referred me to a psychologist for an analysis. I underwent 9 to 10 months of medication and counseling. And to be honest, I think that was one of the good decisions that I took. Life में कभी-कभी मम्मी की बात सुनना काम आ जाता है.
Correct.
So I'm very glad that I listened to my mother at that time, rather than being a rebel. And it truly brought me on the right path. Today, when I look back and I feel, some of the things that I was doing, I laugh at. I can't believe that was me.
Correct.
And then, of course, I had a miscarriage, post which I went through a few episodes of paranoia. But one thing that I can say that I am truly proud of myself is that I have always looked for signs, and anytime something like that had happened, I have taken the initiative of taking help. I don't think there is any stigma attached around going and talking to a counselor or a therapist. I still go sometimes, maybe once a quarter or something, when I feel a little overwhelmed and I don't want to vent to my husband or anyone in the house. I just go and I take an appointment and I vent to her, for at least an hour and get it all out of my system. So I don't think there's anything wrong in that. I think we need to normalize it and talk more about it.
But then still people avoid.
Of course.
Even I have been through postpartum depression, and I had that phase. But then I was surrounded with such kind of family. The rituals were such that they were not able to understand.
Correct.
And, I wouldn't able to speak up in front of people. Would you like to say something to the mothers, especially who are going through postpartum depression, and do they really need to take some help from the
I
professionals?
think what I want to say to mothers is that your sanity trumps everything. I know that as mothers, we are genetically wired to keep everyone else above us. But I think it's time to break that cycle and keep ourselves above everyone else. If you do not take care of yourself, then trust me, you will not be able to take care of anything else. So your sanity trumps your child's illness, your husband's fights with your husbands, your issues with your in-laws, your career problems. Your sanity trumps everything. That is what you need to look after before anything else. And there's a lot of talk about going and talking to therapists, but that's not the only thing. Your starting point should be meeting a psychiatrist. They are qualified to figure out whether you need to take medication or you'll be fine just with counseling. There is a process to it. You need to go to a psychologist, you need to get the analysis done, and that's when they come with the outcome about what it is that you need help with. So don't just think that you'll take an appointment with the therapist and everything's going to be hunky-dory in a month. There is a process to it. You need to be patient. You need to trust yourself and go about it. But your sanity trumps everything else in this world. That's
very
what
truly,
I want to
very
say.
truly said, Shreya. Now, coming back to your profession, you also had one of the community, Bloggers Meet community.
Yes.
I would like to know, I'm into influencing, and I try and do a lot of activities and try and approach. I really want to know, how do you approach for the collaborations?
So honestly, we started Bloggers Meet Info as a fluke. 4 years back, I think. It started as a random WhatsApp group, and that's how I came up with the idea that there is not a dedicated platform where influencers can share their
Correct.
issues and, connect with each other, or share opportunities. And that is how Bloggers Meet Info started. Now 4 years later, we've reached a point where we have associated with, touchwood, a lot of top brands in Mumbai, as well as out of Mumbai. And we connect over 700 influencers pan India through all niches. And I would like to say that I believe that we made a difference. Now, when it comes to approaching for collaborations, I was just thinking on the way here that for me, my work talks. I don't need to, claim big. I think my work talks for what we do, and that's how we've received a lot of good work through word of mouth. Because I've worked with someone and they've been so happy about the work that we've done that they have recommended us to someone else, and that's how we've grown. That's how we've taken the steps ahead. So I just hope that we continue doing the good work that we've done.
You will, and I'm also part of your community, and I really enjoy all the talks and all the knowledge sharing which I get in your community.
So glad.
Also, I have read in your profile that you have walked for Times Fashion.
Yes, I walked for Bombay Times Fashion Week 2 years back. It was for a mom community. It's one of the largest moms community in India. And they had taken moms from across India to walk the ramp. I was one of them. It was a very, very exhilarating experience. And honestly speaking, when I was on the ramp, because I know you're going to ask me that. So when I was on the ramp, my only thought was, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Because I'm very clumsy, Nirale. I have the talent of tripping over nothing. So my thought was, I'm on a stage, there are so many people watching, this is going to be all over social media. One misstep and that's it. So that's all I was reminding myself, that I don't need to fall. And my husband sitting over there had the same thoughts, which he told me later, that I was just hoping that you don't fall. So that was how
I believe that if you would have fallen even for a second, it would have gone viral.
It would have, but then I did think of that, but then I didn't want to embarrass myself. So I kept reminding myself, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall.
So being an influencer, Shreya, I have seen a lot many people who are giving very good content are not able to get viral. Okay, and the people who are doing all random things, any random thing, they are going viral. So would you like to give some tips on, how they can be more engaging and share some good content and be viral?
I think I have been one of those people. I've been the victim of, the thought process, oh my God, my reels are not going viral. But I just feel like, if we are so engrossed in thinking that we are not going viral, or, I have to do something for my reels to go viral, I think it beats the purpose of what we're doing. I don't think that you should be creating content with the thought process that you need to go viral. You need your work to go viral.
Absolutely.
I think, that can happen when it happens. No one till today. I don't think even Instagram knows how to, crack their algorithm. So no one has been able to do it. But I just feel that just doing the work that you're doing with a very conscious effort, with a lot of honesty, because I have seen so many people who try and pretend to be something for the screen that they are not. I mean, we're not in a 30-second ad film that we can, transform ourselves. This is something that people see day in, day out. And if there's no honesty in it, at some point they are going to call it out. They're going to call you out on that, and they're going to disconnect from you. So the more honest you are, the more you show them yourself on the gram, I think the audience will connect with you. Like for me, my work that has gone viral, those 2 reels are heartbreaking for me. I don't even share them. Those were, it was just a spur of the moment reel that I made about something, because my grandmother had passed away and it was her death anniversary. And I made that reel and it went viral. But I just feel that your audience connects with that emotion. Because in that moment, I was so emotional. I made it, you pour it out, and no matter, how far they are sitting, I feel that every person has that instinct to connect with the other person's emotions. So I think just do your work honestly and don't fall in that rut and the rat race of going viral.
Truly said, and I do believe in this, because I feel that just falling in that rat race and trying to make a content just because you want to get viral and show all random things doesn't work anymore.
No, no, it
Doesn't
absolutely
work
doesn't. It may work for a while,
then. Mhm.
but I don't think it's a sustainable method of
Correct.
growing on Instagram.
Correct. So coming back to relationship, how do you balance your family relationship, giving more time to your husband and your children at the same point of time, and then working for your community, getting more collaborations for your people who are surrounded and who trust on you? So how do you manage all these things at once?
So Nirali, there is a point in every, working mom's life where she knows, okay, today I stop being a stay-at-home mom, and from tomorrow I'll be a working mom because I'll go to the office and I'll start working. I think for me that point never came. I don't realize when I went from a stay-at-home mom to a work-from-home mom and then a working mom, because I just went with the flow, and I feel like that was easy, that made it very easy for me and my kids because it was a gradual transition. Now when it comes to my kids, I'm very clear. There are very clear boundaries. I am not a helicopter parent, but at the same time I have this paranoid side to me where I need to know what my kids are doing, whether they've eaten, what have they eaten, and all of that. So there are certain rules in our house that are set in place. Wow. And I have no shame in saying that I'm a very strict mother when it comes to following the routine. And of course, we let go on weekends, but on school night, if they have to go to sleep by 8:30, they have to be in bed by 8:30. The screen time is only this much, then it is this much. There is no question beyond that. No matter how many times you ask me, my answer is going to be no. And I also had established a rule long back that if they see me on a work call, they cannot interrupt. Wow. I don't want to use the word hate, but I detest this concept of kids walking in while the mothers are on a work call and the mothers just talking simultaneously to the child. I don't like that concept because you're not setting boundaries for your child at home, which is not going to let them follow those boundaries in future. Correct. You are setting their foundation now. So if they cannot respect your work right now, I don't think they're going to respect someone else's work down the line. True. Which is what I tell them, that when Papa is on a work call, you don't go and interfere. Mama is on a work call, you cannot. So now, yes, a lot of times it's happened, they've reached home and I've been on a call and they come running, mama, 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 and they stop over there and they see if I'm on a call and then they continue screaming. If I'm not on a call, they'll continue screaming. But if I'm on a call, they will wait. That patience we need to instill in our kids. I feel we let go a lot. Secondly, when it comes to getting collaborations and working on things, I am a person who relies on the lists. I have my pros and con lists. I have my to-do lists. Everything in my life revolves around lists. So anything that I have to do, if there is something, I think I was taught this in my childhood, कि जब तुम लिखते हो ना तो तुम्हें याद रहती है वो चीजें. This is what we were taught as kids. True. So for me, even if we are doing a campaign with say 10 influencers or 100 influencers, there is always a spreadsheet. Okay. My team also knows now. I harass them with sheets. Where is the sheet? I need the sheet because I cannot, make sense of any of this unless I see it on screen or on paper. So that's how I feel, my life becomes easier rather than, memorizing everything and, harrowing myself. That's what I rely on to strike a balance. And I really like that when you say that, your kids have to wait when you're on call. Absolutely. So that should be instilled in fact, all the children. And it's very important. Absolutely. They don't understand that you're on Nirali, I call. Feel like parents today, in the name of keeping the child first, let go of a lot of things that they don't realize are habits that they are forming now, which is going to trouble them later in future. True. So a lot of times people come up to me and say, no, but they're in the house, does your child have to wait to talk to his own mother? I said yes, because the mother is not just a mother, she's a working woman. True. She's a wife, she's a daughter, so they need to wait, they need to learn that there is a line and you have to
True.
wait in that line to
Agreed.
get to her. Of course, if it's something urgent, then I'm always available. When it
True.
comes to my husband, I think we have clear boundaries. My husband and I cannot work together. We are a ticking time bomb. We have very different, very distinct ways of working. So we cannot work together. And in the event that we end up working together, there has to be one person who's channeling the messages.
Okay.
We don't work directly
Together,
with each
yeah.
other. So that we've always maintained. And we do like to go out, a couple of times in a week to take that downtime for ourselves. We've always said that we'll take one trip in a year, just the two of us, to connect with each other without the kids, without the stress of
True.
handling things and all. And that's where my support system comes into place, that they've been very, very strong and supportive behind me. So that's how we do it.
Yeah, but then taking time off from children and only couples going nowadays, I see very less.
Oh, I'm absolutely clear about it. I've told my kids as well. For me, your father comes first. My marriage,
Wow,
my
that's
relationship
good.
as husband and wife comes before. We are a couple
True.
before we
Yeah.
are parents, and
Correct.
both of us, touchwood, have been very clear about this. We are on the same page with this, and we've
Lovely.
always maintained this, that we as a couple come before we as parents.
Correct.
And that really helps, even
That
when you
does.
have disagreements regarding your parenting methods.
Correct.
That really helps. And my parents have been very supportive in that. My in-laws also know, when we go
Wow.
out, I tell them, I say, please bachcho ko sambhal lo, hum ja rahe hain. So we've done that quite a lot of times. And I think if someone has a problem also, they don't take it up, because they know koi fayda nahi hai.
So that's how support system is
Yeah,
also
yeah.
very strong.
Very,
like,
very, very
you're surrounded
beneficial.
with a very good support.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for sharing a lot of insight.
My
Now we are going to
pleasure.
have a quick rapid fire round.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to throw some good questions and you have to answer
All right.
the first thing that comes in your mind. So are you
Okay.
ready, Shreya?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right then. Morning person or night owl?
Definitely night owl.
The most memorable moment in your entrepreneurial journey so far?
Recently, when I collaborated with Samsung, that was the biggest brand I've collaborated with till date. So that was an achievement for me.
Lovely. Would you like to share some insights on that?
A funny insight, when I was approached for the campaign, I said, you have to go to Jaipur and you have to cover the Jaipur Literacy Festival. I said, yeah, I'm working with that. And a day before leaving, I realized, oh my God, I'm working for Samsung. Till then, I had no idea that I was working for Samsung. So that was the insight into that. That happens quite a lot with me.
So one piece of advice you would like to give to aspiring influencers?
Like I said, be honest with your work. And I see a lot of this generation giving up too quickly. They change jobs within 3 months, 6 months. Give it time.
True.
Give your goals, give your job, give your business, whatever you do. Relationships also, you have to be patient and give it time. You cannot just jump in and jump out of it, or move on to the next shiny thing as soon as you get bored. So that's what I feel, that if you have a dream and you have started something on your own, give it time to materialize. You have to be patient. Your dreams, your business is like a baby. It does not grow overnight. You have to nourish it. You have to pamper it. You have to be patient with it.
There is no magic.
There's no magic trick.
If you could have dinner with any 3 people, who would they be?
Okay. Shah Rukh Khan, Ian Somerhalder, Matt Zuckery.
Lovely. So when you have dinner with Shah Rukh Khan, I'll join you.
No. Not even my husband is allowed.
Okay, if your life was a book, what would the title would be?
My apni favorite too.
Lovely. Favorite place you would travel to and why?
Iceland, because I think that was one of the most memorable trips that we've had, and I would love to go back.
Lovely. I've seen you travel a lot.
I do. I love traveling. My husband loves traveling. My kids love traveling. So I've been to 27 countries till now.
Wow.
I hope to make it to 50 soon.
Lovely. Bye?
No, I'm not going to put a bye to it. That depends on my husband's bank statement.
Okay.
So, yeah.
The most challenging aspect of being an entrepreneur?
The most challenging aspect of being an entrepreneur, I feel, is being true to your customers. Now, whether when I
Correct.
say being true to the customers, I'm not just talking about people who buy. I'm also today content creation is a business in itself. I
Yeah,
run a company,
it does.
and my page and the community come under that the
Correct.
parent company.
Correct.
And if I'm not true to my clients, if I'm not true to my audience, then I don't think I'm going to reach anywhere. So that is really, really needed.
True, that's true. And I can also say that, entrepreneurship is all about solving problems. And one of the
Absolutely.
problems which you're solving after having that community, you are solving a lot and lot of questions day in and out. I've seen,
Yes.
you're getting too many questions.
Yes.
So one thing people would be surprised to know about you.
That I'm not a very social person. A lot of people laugh when I say this. See?
True.
But my work requires
Yeah.
me to meet people.
Mm-hmm.
Before this, when I was a cabin crew,
Mm-hmm.
I used to fly day in, day out, meet new people every day, fly with new people every day. And of course, I like meeting new people. But at the end of the day, I just want to go home,
Yeah, enjoy.
sit and chill on the couch with my family or my close friends. My friends, my very close friends, my circle has seen the true side of me. But if you say socializing, for me, socializing means house parties. That's how I socialize with my group of friends.
Love.
But what you see on the gram is me doing my job.
Mm-hmm.
That is required out of me.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. And a lot of people like you laugh at me when I say I'm not very social person.
Okay, if Ek Soch had a soundtrack, what sound would it be?
Soundtrack, I would relate it to, there is the song from Iqbal, Kuch Paane Ki Ho Aas Aas.
Correct.
I think
Yes,
that will be an
yes.
apt song.
Lovely. If your life was a book, what would the title be?
Like I said, मैं अपनी favorite हूँ.
So thank you so much, Shreya. We had a
Pleasure being
wonderful insight, and I had a lovely conversation knowing you and sharing wonderful and inspiring thought with our audience. So
Thank you so much.
before we conclude, would you like to share one last advice to all the audience who are just looking at you right now?
Well, I think, like I said, just make yourself happy first. I have been there where I have given priority to everyone else's happiness, and I have gone to extreme lengths to make sure that people around me are happy. But the outcome was unhappy me, and that is not good for anyone. So I think just be happy. Keep yourself happy first, and people around you will be happy.
Thank you so much once again. So friends, Ek Soch, whenever you have one soch in your mind, just go for it. Don't stop. Just dream, believe and achieve. Thanks so much.